welcome to the show and the fireside chat over here. Hope you're actually enjoying MWC 24, and I'm really enjoying the last 2 days and looking forward to the next day and a half, right? So let's actually begin by looking at the journey that we, between Mycom OSI and Globe, that we have actually collaborated since 2015, if you like, kind of going through the whole in quest of providing the best customer experience in Philippines, how Globe have actually evolved in consolidating the service experience management platforms, right, over the years for a variety of different services, including mobile, broadband, and enterprise services. And it's all fresh in my mind in terms of how we actually address that journey, and then also with our partners establishing that with cloud native capabilities on AWS, and also providing a whole range of solutions, including performance, fault, service management, automation, as well as now more recently the establishment of the auto remediation capabilities to actually fix those automation, all those issues automatically. So the journey has actually been very exciting. And how do you actually see that, and how we have progressed through the years?
I think we are really on the right track in terms of moving forward to achieve our service assurance roadmap. No, so in Globe, our number one big play is actually customer obsession. So I use the word customer obsession because we believe that's all why we are all doing all of this service assurance programs. No, so just to highlight, of course, there are 4 or 5 key programs that we have implemented, and of course together with Mycom as our partner, where we initiated what we call the zero-touch operation. And zero-touch operation, of course, I don't need to explain, coming from the process of auto detection, correlation, up to remediation. This really helped us, to have a better view, not only in terms of what customers are experiencing, but also on the network point of view. I believe we have more visibility of the network health if we will just rely on the legacy platforms that we have. So number one is the zero-touch operation, which is basically the roadmap that both of us, we have agreed way back before, right? Number 2 is, of course, what we call applying the end-to-end digital service management. Because tools and platforms, as we said, will not be as effective as it is if there is really not proper maneuvering and managing of all of these capabilities, right? So we started to digitalize, not only to the point of ITSM, ticketing, so on and so forth, but building all these capabilities like CMDB, knowledge database, which is a complete ecosystem of our service assurance, right? Third is, let's not forget that we need also to transform our process. The reason why we are automating is to get rid of all those manual processes. And in this regard, we're able actually to allow to streamline and improve our turnaround time in terms of providing what are those information to our customer, restoring it to the timeline or SLA that we have agreed with them, and actually, in fact, even providing them a notification that, hey, Mr. Customer, we have a problem, we are fixing it, so don't worry. So in that regard, Jithu, we allow them to feel good because we shared to our customer that we are actually on top of their issues. The last but not the least is uplifting the operating model. So we talk about the platform, we talk about the process. The most important is the people in the operating model, where we are transitioning and transforming to what we call service operations center, where people are more focused in terms of understanding what's the impact to the service and what's the impact to the customer, rather than all of these network issues or related activities.
Absolutely, and exactly that's pretty much how we have kind of taken that multi-step transformation forward, as you touched on the processes, the applications, and the solutions, along with the operational processes, right, that we have enable doing that consolidation. So I know, just to actually touch on some of those, the high value use cases when we started doing some of that enterprise SLA assurance, if you remember a couple of years ago.
Yeah, allow me to elaborate on that now. So it was a very good way how we implement and execute this. No, so probably the question is how we made this successful, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to go with. How did we actually manage to achieve that end-to-end automation in an enterprise and broadband service environment?
We partner with Mycom.
Yeah.
What we have done here is change the new ways of working.
Yeah.
Where we did not deliver this more on a project or program point of view.
Yeah.
We deliver this to a more value-driven or value stream. If you remember, we created some of these work streams where, okay, you are the value stream leader for this service for B2B, you are a value stream leader for mobile, you're a value stream leader for broadband. And what does it mean, value stream? The team mindset is focused more on the ROI.
Yeah.
Which means we deliver the service, the benefits, not the milestone.
Yeah.
And for example, in the B2B, coming from a very complex requirement in terms of IP RAN, M1, IP core, and different core data requirements, we're able to deploy it in less than 3 months, or even actually 2 months, because we have these ways of working.
Yeah.
And these ways of working actually allowed us also to be more agile.
Yeah.
The sprint team that we did, if you remember, have different daily discussions or what we call ceremony to make sure that we are on track. And the most important thing is the product owner's accountability.
Yeah.
Why? Because most of the time, okay, the adoption on automation is an issue.
Yeah.
Meaning you have the equipment, you have the platform, you have the tool, and the training adoption is very low.
Yeah.
So once we involve the product owner or proponent, they themselves are more excited to use it.
Absolutely.
Okay? And that's why our ROI or our benefits realization is much, much ahead compared to the original intent of the program.
Absolutely, you nailed it there. So the value creation and the value realization program absolutely quantifies all of those benefits, right from the MTTX, where we have actually witnessed to over 88%.
Yes.
And then in terms of the operational efficiencies that we have created, leading to the zero-touch automation.
Actually, Jithu, just to share, the enterprise people are very much happy because our MTTR from 56 minutes is now down to less than 3 minutes.
Wow.
And that allows us, of course, to achieve the SLA that we have committed to our customer. And in fact, the question is, how come Globe you can do this? And one good news probably I can share with you is our enterprise team is productizing this capability where they are putting it as part of the value-added service. If you want a good service coming from the enterprise core data, you can avail. So what's the effect? We are not only reducing our costs, we are not only achieving our operational efficiency, but we have the opportunity to upsell and make it as an opportunity to sell this kind of services.
Exactly. That then actually directly links with how you are able to roll out new services to your end customers on all of these different domains, especially broadband and enterprise, including the mobile services that we have actually witnessed. And that's all been made possible through this strong link between resource, service, and the customer, along with that end-to-end automation piece that we have actually achieved out here.
If you remember when we designed the roadmap together, we know that we're very rich in terms of our resource and network data. And with our journey, we are now uplifting to what we call service layer. The good thing now is we are still in the implementation plan of our customer experience management. And our plan is to use Mycom Pro Assure to be the major correlator. So you can imagine, the customer will not only experience this kind of issue where we need to wait for the outage to happen or for the alarms to happen. If you are not, for example, you're my customer, since we have what we call the CEM, where we define what we call the CEI, the Customer Experience Index, I can immediately find out that you already have a problem without the alarm.
Absolutely.
So we are more predicting in terms of what I believe the customer is having an issue.
Absolutely. That actually naturally takes us to the next step of the predictive assurance of the various services that we are rolling out and the solutions that we have been collaborating, which actually stands over 200 use cases using this agile methodology with the demand stories and the user stories approach that you've just actually highlighted. That is rapidly accelerating the rollout of your services to actually doing this whole predictive assurance into the world of developing all of these assets into large language models that can get into the AI-driven automation.
Yes, we are very rich on the data now. Okay, and in fact, this data is really, I could say, ready for the AI LLM discussion. The aspiration that we are looking now is how we can have some sort of a co-pilot AI activity with all these resources that we have. We can assist our NOC engineer to have them a better way how to talk to the network. Okay, we can extend to our CXM agents or customer experience agents for them to have more enriched customer information so that when they talk to the customer, they know already what is happening. So all these AI, ML capabilities, we're doing a lot of all these packets, but I'm glad we are now on track to accelerate again this next level of automation that we're doing.
Absolutely. This is actually the wave that we are really excited to actually move forward, including the ability to actually talk to the network with the generative AI capabilities and using all of those assets and translating them into large language models that will actually give you the richness and the accuracy of actually addressing your best customer experience in Philippines. And I'm glad to actually be part of us as Mycom OSI, Eric, and looking forward to the collaboration in the future.
Of course, just help us to continue this vision of customer obsession.
Absolutely.
That is the key word that we have to.
Absolutely. We got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.